Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey friend, my name is Kiryaoni. Thank you so much for joining us today. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification so you are notified on each and every single one of my uploads, girl. So in today's video, you guys, we're going to be doing knotless box braids, okay? And first we're going to start off with medium sections, and clearly after doing my hair for like a decade, I still can't part. So that's just, I don't know, I just find that hilarious. So if you guys have issues getting straight parts, girl, don't worry. Even the ones that have been doing hair for years still have issues like myself. But anyway, we are going to start off very similarly to how I do my faux locks. Now, if you guys haven't seen that video, it will be linked in the cards. But if you have watched any of my hair tutorials, you know that I do not like using rubber bands. And so for all my protective styles, whether it be braids, twists, faux locks, I always like to start off with braiding my hair instead of using rubber bands. So this look was inspired by Dear Taylor. If you guys don't know her, you guys should check her out. Like, her fashion is just like, that's my sis in my head. We are very extra and we love fashion. And yeah, so I was inspired to do this hairstyle because I saw a picture of her in a style like this. I think hers were bigger though on Instagram. And I do just want to say, put this disclaimer out there, that I'm sure there's a lot of videos on how to do knotless box braids, and it is very well possible that the way that I do my hair is similar to someone else. So I just want to share how I do mine, my tips and tricks I found while figuring it out. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But I do want to put this disclaimer out there because, child, with all the ways, there's only so many ways to do the same style. So anyway, with that out the way, I'm still parting off my hair, and what I wanted to say is I want to use big sections. However, I always end up making them smaller than what I said I was going to do. So in this instance, I decided that I wanted to pre-divide my rows to make sure that I got them to the size that I wanted, and that's what you guys saw me doing there. So if you have issues with making them smaller than what you want to, definitely use that tip and pre-divide your rows to make sure that you're getting, you know, the right amount, the right size of braids that you want. And now, while we are braiding our hair, remember that you do not have to braid all the way down, and as a matter of fact, you want to braid it as less as possible. We just want to use the braid as an anchor. So usually when I get into my zone, like you guys just saw that braid, I braided it longer than what I really needed to, but really you only need like an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Really, you just want to make sure that once you put your hair through the braid, because we will be crocheting, that it still stays in place, because then at the end of the braid, or once we stop the braid and we have our free flowing hair, we're going to use that to actually incorporate in the braid. So for this style, I'm going to be using Bobbi Boss Just Glam 72-inch in the color T1B/brown. Now this is pre-feathered and it's hygienic. I used 2 packs of this with some left over. And I used this hair some time ago for some feed-ins and I really liked it. And I also liked that the color actually matched the color of my natural hair. So I decided to get it again, but in longer this time. So For my feed-ins, I use the 64, but this time I'm using the 72. It does have shorter lengths, or it does have different lengths. So, you know, if you want to do some shorter hair, that's cool. But, you know, if y'all know anything about me, y'all know I love some inches. So anyway, I start off by sectioning the hair, and each bundle yielded about 4.5 braids for the size that I got. So yeah, section it out, and then I take one section of hair and I split it into two again. So we have each of our bundles of hair, right? We have our pieces for each braid, and the one section for each braid, I'm going to section that into two again, because we're going to crochet each side into the piece. Now, you guys have saw me do it once, but I do have a close-up to show you guys exactly what I'm doing up close, so you guys can grasp this concept. I want to explain it as thoroughly as possible. So for those who, you know, see hair, it's kind of like a daunting task, feel empowered to do it yourself, because it's really not that hard, you guys. I'm with you, girl. You could do this. But anyway, so yes, we're taking our sections and we're going to use our trusty crochet hook. And after we get each side through, we are going to braid it down. So I'm finishing one up right here just to show you guys, you know, my process and what I'm going through. Feel free to rewind if you want to see how I did it, or slow it down, or whatever. But here we go. We have our close-up. So, and this is in real time. So like I said, we're going to grab our trusty crochet hook and we're going to pull each piece separately through our head, through our braid, and we're going to do it in a crisscross. Now this makes it look more natural, as well as lessen the tension, since it's quite a bit of hair that we're pulling through. You guys see my braids are pretty big, and so we don't want to, you know, we don't want to pull all that through one, and it just makes it look a lot more natural, and for the reason you will see why. Now once I get it through in my crisscross, we are going to begin to braid. Now, when you begin braiding, you guys see my hair looks a little weird, and that's because I put gel on it. I did it both ways, and I found that putting gel on the ends looks better and it's a lot easier to conceal it. So that's what I did. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to, you know, it's your prerogative. But anyway, so we're going to start to braid, and now you want to make sure that we're concealing the part of our hair that is braided. We don't want to see that part, you know, like that's the part of the illusion, is making it knotless. So take your time. Like I said, this is all in real time of me showing you guys how I'm going through this, because, you know, it does take some time. You have to be purposeful on, you know, how you're braiding the hair. So like I said, you guys saw I added gel to my hair. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I found that adding gel was the better way to do it, because it helps to conceal it more. And so that's what I did in the front, because this is a protective style, you guys, and it's not protective, you know, if we don't protect our hair and we don't protect our ends. So I found that was easy, that it was easiest to do that with gel. However, I do not add gel while I'm parting. I do not add gel to my parts or my scalp, because for me, it will flake on me, it'll irritate my scalp, and I notice that as my hair grows out, there's more buildup and it looks bad. It looks grown out. And so when I don't use my gel on my scalp, I find that my protective styles last longer. I keep mine in for about 6 weeks, but you know, obviously keep it in as long as you want, but that's why I don't do it. And I also don't put it on my edges either, because I just tie it down and it looks great. So after I finished doing all of my stuff, all my braids, this is the last one, I did go ahead and dip it. I put oil on my scalp, I put my scarf on, and in the morning my edges was naturally laid. Everything was, you know, looking the way it was supposed to look and laying the way it's supposed to be laid, and that's really all that matters. So this is what the final look is looking like. Okay, I was feeling myself. This took longer than I expected it to, child, but during the time that I was doing this, a lot of stuff was going on in the world, so you know, I was preoccupied. But anyway, So you can see it goes past my butt. It doesn't go quite to my knees, but it definitely is long and I really like it. So this is the final look with me all dolled up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.